Let's spin forward the Kris Bryant conversation. He's on the 60-day IL. He has barely played since being a member of the Rockies. He is at camp, and he did speak. So let's listen to what he said, and then we'll talk about it.
But yeah, it's difficult. It's not easy waking up in pain every day. So, so now we're here. And I think just try to determine next steps while I'm here and with the training staff and the doctors.
So, I mean, to me, when I hear that, Todd, father, I don't feel like he's ever going to play again. I mean, he's in significant back pain. He's got a degenerative, whatever it's called, chronic back situation. You know, my questions are, is he going to ever play again? Nobody knows, except for maybe doctors and him. And then also, is there nothing that can be done? You're like, where we're at with medicine, if somebody's waking up in massive amounts of pain and they're in their early 30s, I mean, that's a problem for anybody.
Yeah, and not to be an example, but that happened to me at the end of my career. Just anytime I woke up in the middle of the night or in that morning, it took me a good 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, just to be able to walk upright. And it's, I don't know what pain he's experiencing. Degenerative disc disease in the lumbar. I mean, nothing compares. Your back is, right in the middle there. And I feel for the guy, man. And, for him to come out and say that, I hope there's something they can do. I'm not going to count him out just yet, but this could be a whole year-long process. I mean, there's a lot they can do. Surgery, I don't know. Can they give him, a couple needles here to maintain it? We have no clue, but you could see it on his face and the way he's talking. You feel for the guy, man, because he's a great dude. He's a great player, and love playing against him.
It's sad. It's just sad. That's it. It's just sad that he didn't get to become what everyone thought he would become when he first came up with the Cubs in 2015, 2016, 2017, that great run the Cubs had there. So remember, he was the original guy for the player manipulation of service time. And remember, they had the billboard for, I think it was Adidas that had the big billboard. Let's get Kris Bryant here, or whatever, right outside Wrigley. It was a shame. It's a shame because everyone thought he was on a Hall of Fame track. I think he won Rookie of the Year and MVP. They won a World Series in Chicago. Then he gets traded. It didn't work out there. Then he signs this huge deal with the Rockies, and he hasn't been able to play. And if he never plays again, the amount of games that he's going to miss, I mean, you could put this contract as one of the worst contracts of all time. Whoever you want to, Strasburg, Rendon, whoever, Chris Davis, whoever you want to throw out there is the worst contracts of all time. This Kris Bryant one is definitely going to be on the list if he doesn't play again. And the biggest part of what people understand is it's sad. It's just sad. This guy's played baseball his entire life. Now it's going to be taken away from something that is kind of out of his control. It's just sad. It's just sad for Kris and his family. And I know he made a lot of money, but it's still sad.
And if you want to learn more about the injury, we have an injury territory show. Will Carroll, injury expert, covers it. And just to give you a sneak peek, I mean, he said players do not come back from this. So he's not thinking that he's going to play again. And that would be 170 games played with the Rockies out of a possible 1,134. So 15% of games in that 7-year contract. And yeah, this is not like a player going out there underperforming, because when he played the first year with Colorado, I think he got hurt at some point during that season, but he was hitting pretty well. I'm looking real quick. I think he had like 128 OPS plus, which is pretty close to a lot of the numbers he was putting up before that. But then once he went down, I mean, he just has not been able to pick it back up. So it sounds like something chronic that could knock him out for the rest of his career. Next up, someone who's in the prime of his career, one of the top pitchers in the sport, who I don't think gets enough attention. Hunter Braun was on Crush City territory. So let's show a little clip.
Everyone's wondering, this is the time of year for extensions. This is the time of year where negotiations for extensions happen. I know there has at least been some interest in the past between you and the Astros in an extension. Is that something that you are open to? Is that something that maybe you have told Scott Boras that you'd like to explore? Kind of where are you in that in extension world right now?
Those conversations have obviously, come up between Scott and myself. And with all transparency, I love Houston. I love playing for this team. You know, and just I haven't heard anything since you know, I was a rookie. So my focus is to be the best I can be for this team this season, and you know, that's what I'm focused on. But like I said, I love putting on that Astros uniform, and I got no visions of doing it anywhere else. So that's what I can give you guys. I haven't heard anything, and that's just kind of where I stand with that. So.
AJ, if I'm Jim Crane, owner of the Astros, my phone almost is like a magnet. It was like, whoom. Hey, Scott, I just saw Hunter say he wants to be here forever. Let's try and figure something out now before he ends up costing $1 jillion on the free agent market. I saw what Scooble got in arbitration. Let's get something done before all of that. Thanks. Bye.
Also, we thought Correa would be a lifetime Astro. We thought Bregman would be a lifetime Astro. Altuve is the only one that's kind of stuck it out, right? Fromber, for a long time, we thought would be a lifelong Astro. It just doesn't happen that often. It takes a special person. I hope Hunter Brown becomes one of those players that gets to spend his entire career as a Houston Astro. But most of the time, Scott, it doesn't work out, whether it's salary, whether it's the team isn't very good, they need to move a guy. I mean, think about how many – Ken Griffey Jr., everyone thought he'd be a Mariner forever. He went to the Reds. People forget he played for the White Sox for a while. So let's – guys move around. People switch teams. And for fans, it sucks. But I hope Hunter Brown gets to become one of those special people that spends his entire career with one organization.
Agreed to the fullest. Upstanding gentleman, great pitcher. And you hear something like that, I feel like he's not going to try and crush you with the price. He's going to want a fair price, and I think now's the time to do it, man. Spring training, you got plenty of time for all that to go through. So very nice. He chipped in there and made himself look good right there for sure.
Yeah, top 3 AL Cy Young. He even made the Astros a little extra cash this year. He was, I mean, you want to talk surplus value, AJ, where you're making almost nothing. I think he's still league minimum, right? And then you're PPI eligible, yeah. So Houston gets a comp pick at, I think, back half of the first round. So
he was good.
There was
for a while there. I was riding him hard for a while there on my bets because he was one of the best pitchers in baseball for a long time. He had a couple rough starts down the stretch, but for the most part, Hunter Brown was one of the best pitchers in baseball last year. I mean, it's tough when you got Scooble in the American League and Crochet in the American League. Yeah. To finish top 3, you had a pretty damn good year.
Yeah, and they've done it. Like you mentioned, Altuve, Yordan Alvarez has a chance to stay with the Astros for his entire career. I know he's had some injury issues lately, but I would still call him a surplus value too, because when the bat's there, I mean, he's a top 10 bat in the sport and probably a top 5 clutch bat in the sport. So there's 2. This to me is the one where I would have the conversation this spring.
Yes, agreed. But we'll see. Who's his agent? That matters.
Didn't you say Boris just now?
Did he say Boris? If he's Boris, then
I think he did. Yeah. Yeah, it's Boris.
Good luck.
Okay, well, good luck getting that extension then, because Scott Boris doesn't do a lot of extensions. He will, but he doesn't do a lot of those extensions.